Hello, this is Noreen from Joy Cards and welcome to my YouTube channel. Yay! For more of my Stampin' Up! Card videos, please like and subscribe, hit that little bell, and you'll be notified when my videos release. So now let's go make a card. Hello everybody! Today I'm going to show you 5 different cards from Waves of Inspiration. Now, this was an early release and I just did a video on this on March 31st, 2022. It's called Stampin' Up! Waves of Inspiration Bundle Tutorial because you can't get the DS paper, the foil, or the rhinestone basic jewels once they run out. And I know right now that all they have is the DS paper, the foil, and the rhinestones are gone. So let me show you 5 cards. We're going to end up doing one, so stay till the end to see the last one. So let me show you the first card. Here's the first card, and this one's really cute. Now, I did the tutorial on how to make the bird here because I did do it on the Stamparatus. I did use my Stampin' spots along with some Stampin' Rights kind of filled in. It's a great technique. Like I said, March 31st, 2022 is the video right before this one. But this was kind of neat. I went ahead and used my blending brushes, and I used the colors here of Balmy Blue, Pacific Point, and Coastal Cabana, and then typed in the sentiment in Pacific Point. And did the little birds. Now be careful when you stamp the birds because this stamp, it wiggles a lot. So when you do it, just lightly stamp it. Otherwise you're going to get a halo. And then I also threw in the little fish from Whale Done. I don't know if you can see in the video. And I stamped them in Balmy Blue so they would kind of blend in with the water here. So I thought that was kind of cute. And this is just a 5.5 by 4 1/4. I did a basic black under it and then basic white. All the dimensions are in the description of my video. So go ahead and go there and get all the dimensions for all the cards and all the items that I used in the video. And there should be links to purchase everything, not only Stampin' Up! Stuff, but things like my Caterpillar plate here and everything that you'll see. So, and then the inside, I just did a black and white inside. So this is card number 1. Here's card number 2 and 3. I did them differently because I wanted to see what it looked like on black. And then I thought, well, maybe I want to see what it looks like on Night of Navy. And this is just a 5.5 by 4 1/4. It's on basic white. The inside is just black and white here. But what I did is I used a few things. First of all, I stamped the wave on the Stamparatus. I also, and I stamped it in basic white. And the reason why I did it on the Stamparatus is because sometimes the basic white doesn't work so well. So I made sure and I did it on the Stamparatus. And then I also took this die here, which is the basic border dies, and I took the cloud one and I made a little template. And then I just took a sponge. These are the older sponge. You can use a blending brush. In fact, I might have even used a blending brush as well. And then just, I blended, you know, the clouds on it. You just kind of move it around and make these clouds. And then I took the smallest layering circle die and I put it on top, dipped it into my Whisper White here, and then I filled it in and made the moon. And then I also took that bird stamp as well, and I made little birds there as well. And then I also took what was left on my blending brush and kind of blended the whole thing in. Just kind of made it, you know, just looks like it's got mist from the ocean. And then I stamped the sentiment in basic white. And then I also took a little dish and I took the basic white refill and a drop of isopropyl alcohol, the 91%, and one of these little fanning brushes here. And then I took my bone folder and tapped on the white so it looks like there's stars there. So, and then so I did one on black and Night of Navy, and I think they look cute. So that's card number 2 and 3. Here's card number 4. And before I go any further, I give away my demo cards. If you're a first-time subscriber, like, subscribe, put your email in the comments, and say, I would like to win the demo card, and I'll email you back and I'll send out one of these cards. I have lots of cards. I don't need any more, so I do give them away to new subscribers. So anyway, card number 4, what I did is I used, of course, the die from the set. I used the bigger one, and there's 2 of these dies here. And if you go back to my first tutorial on this set from March 31st, 2022, it says Stampin' Up! Waves of Inspiration Bundle Tutorial. So it's the one right before this. I tell you everything about the dies and stamps and how to color and everything. But I took the larger one in this case, and I didn't layer it, but what I did is I put it on top of some of the Waves of the Ocean DS paper, and then I fussy cut around it. And then I also made the ocean here from this die from Inspiring Canopy. And I have used this die a lot. It's great for, you know, a wave or a mountain or just a hill. This is a great little die to have. So I made that a part of that. And of course, the sky is from New Horizons. I did a whole video on this is the most versatile DS paper, and guess what? It's going away. It's not in the new 2022-2023 catalog. So if you like New Horizon, get it now. It's going away. So, and then I took the clouds, and of course I layered the clouds with Balmy Blue. I just stamped Happy Birthday, did a couple of birds. And then the inside, I took that New Horizon, and then I did the black and the white. And like I said, all the dimensions are in the body of my video with all the links to everything, so you can purchase Stampin' Up! Stuff and anything else that you see. So this is card number 4. Here's card number 5, and this is the one we're going to make, because I did a couple of things to the card that I thought were worth showing you. So we're going to start with a Night of Navy 5.5 by 4.25. We're going to do the inside first because I always like to finish my cards. And I just layered up basic white, Night of Navy, basic white, and stamped those birds. Like I said, be careful with those birds because they halo really easy. So when you stamp them, just stamp them ever so lightly, because usually the birds are like the last thing you do. And it would be horrible to do this whole blending thing and then put your bird on and you halo it. It's like, oh no. All right, so the next piece, we're going to take a basic white, and this is going to be cut 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and we're just going to go ahead and put it on there. So it's giving that itty bitty tiny little border like so. And then we're going to grab another basic white, and this is going to be 4 by 5 1/4. So let's start from here. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to Versamark the wave onto our 5 1/4 by 4 basic white. So I'm going to put my anti-static on here, and I'm going to get my Versamark. And I'm going to get it on like so. Now I'm going to take this off. So keep in mind where you put this on your Stamparatus. So I just started at 1 here. And so I'm going to take it off, and I'm going to go ahead and use clear embossing powder and get that all on. Just like that. And then we're going to heat it. So I'm going to go ahead and heat this up, and just watch it as it turns from a white to a clear. And whenever you do any kind of heat embossing, heat up your gun first and then start, because sometimes it's, you know, when you turn it on, it's not hot enough. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure I've got everything just like that. Now I'm going to grab my Balmy Blue after I put it exactly where I had it before on my Stamparatus. So I'm going to take the Balmy Blue, and I'm going to give it some blue just like that. And then I'm going to go also in with the Night of Navy, and I'm going to take a blending brush because I don't want to necessarily overdo it. So I'm going to see what that looks like. Okay, maybe get a little darker in some places here. Okay, a little darker. Okay, just like that. So When you have this all done at this point, you're going to notice maybe you missed the edge of the wave just a little bit on one or the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and take off just this little smidgen of white where it didn't hit. So I'm going to do that. I'll be right back. So I've got that all squared away here, so there's no white poking out on either of the sides. And then I'm going to take my blending brush in the balmy blue, and I'm going to tap off on some scratch paper, and I'm going to blend this in. And all that clear Versamark is going to pick up. And then I'm going to grab another one and into my Night of Navy. Now be careful because it is a darker color. And give it some of that. And then I'm also going to take some Pacific Point and add that in as well. Stamp off. And blend that in. Okay, and then I'm just going to adjust my colors going back and forth with the balmy blue and the Night of Navy. Try not to do what I just did here. I haloed it up a little bit. That's okay. All right, just like that. Now I'm going to take a cloth here, and I just have a designated cloth for when I do this, but I'm going to wipe off the ink from the Versamarked area, like so. Now I'm going to switch over to Magenta Madness. Now I'm not going to mask anything because I don't think I need to, because the blue is so dark and these are lighter that I'm just going to go for it. So I'm going to go ahead and blend in, trying not to hit the blue so much, but I'm going to go in with the Magenta Madness. And then I'm going to take some Daffodil and go up some more. And then I'm going to cross over the wave here. Then I'm going to grab some balmy blue. And I'm going to go over that. And I'm going to go ahead and fill in the whole part on top, even though we are going to switch colors again. Now I'm going to put in a little Night of Navy on the edges. And then we're going to start blending this up, because right now they look pretty streaky. So I'm going to get my yellow, or my Daffodil Delight, and blend it into the magenta a little bit and into the balmy blue a bit. And I'm going to go with the balmy blue, blend it into the yellow, the daffodil, and into the Night of Navy. I'm going to grab the magenta and go in here. A little more daffodil. And you're just going to have to sit here and adjust your colors to make that blend. So now we've got our piece here, but I did something really interesting with the cloud. So grab the two cloud dies and grab your base plate for your die cutting machine and putting it on the embossing folder side. So this is the last one out of here on my Sizzix here. And then I'm going to put down my base plate, and then you're going to put down a embossing pad here. And then you're going to put down your dies. So I placed two of the dies here. Now I'm going to put two more clouds, but also keep in mind that you're going to want to put in a sentiment here too. So actually I'm going to move this around here just like that. Okay, so we got our embossing folder plate, the clear plate, the embossing pad, and the other plate on top. And you might even want to go ahead and tape those down real gently. So like right here. So I have this little die going up the edge, and then one right here. Okay, I'm going to put my clear plate on top, and I'm going to run it through. So I just ran it through, and look, I don't know if you could tell from the video, but there's two impressions here. And then I'm going to move these to another position. So I'm going to put this one here, use that tape, get it down, and then also put the other cloud like right here, and I'm going to run it through again. Now, to make these clouds really stick out, and I don't know if you could tell in the video, but I mean, there's definitely impressions of the cloud. So I'm going to take my Stampin' chalk marker. And like I said, all the supplies for everything I've used is in the description of my video. So go ahead and pull that up and you'll have the part number and everything. If you're a demonstrator, you could just, so you know what the part number is. If you're a hobbyist or whatever, then you can click on the link and you can actually place an order with me. That'd be nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to outline and then outline the outline. And I'm trying to make these as uniform as possible because it does show, like if I just scribbled it, it would look terrible. So I'm trying to do it rather in a uniform way. So just like that. So I'm going to do the other three and I'll be right back. So I'm going to take back what I just said. I do want you to outline them, but as you're filling it in, because sometimes the chalk marker kind of doesn't like doing straight lines, doing little circles because they're clouds anyway, so you want it to be kind of fluffy looking. And this will probably take a couple of layers here, so you can build that up. But I think that looks good for now. Now just finishing it up, I'm going to go ahead and just take Memento and the happy birthday stamp from the stamp set. And I'm going to put that, I'm going to put my head in the camera here. Sorry. My big old red head. And then up like that. Okay, birds. This is the last part of the stamping. Don't halo your birds. So lightly touch it, but there's a difference between too light and anyway. So you're going to have to find that sweet spot for your particular one. So I'm going to do like that. Woohoo! And then let's just put it on the card. So I just got our card base and put some snail on there and just put it in the middle like that. Don't forget, I give away the demo card. And guess what? There are 5 of them. First time subscriber, like, subscribe, put in the comments your email, because I can't talk to you without your email, and say you would like to win the demo card. So anyway, that'll do it for me. Thanks. Bye.